We'll talk about how Noah said he was going to stop after Zurich, but then he announced, you know what, I'm going to run it pre.
He got a bag, that's why.
Yeah. I'll go into are we still excited and why. We'll talk about that for a little while, see what Warren's saying.
Yo, Warren, you're being so disrespectful. Why are you wearing Nike, bro? You're doing it by purpose.
I love what I love.
How's your week been?
It's been hectic.
Nethaneel Mitchell-Blake.
NMB, the one and only. Today's what day? Wednesday?
Yeah, Doug.
Live and direct.
Thursday.
Yep, Thursday. It's
That's good life.
Some part of the world.
You don't know what day it is.
No, I went golfing today.
Oh, you're
I was on the green.
Okay.
Shout out to a company called Pitch. You don't know.
Planting seeds with the companies.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. They say $1 million deals are made on the golf course. In this case, £1 million deals. But
yeah,
how about yourself?
I've just been focusing on track and field. Nethaneel Mitchell-Blake. I'd like to. So who wins the race between Anson and Gatlin? Yo,
man, let's get there. Wait,
we'll get to that in a second. But yo, Justin put a video out today. I was like, yo, dog, I was actually imagining racing that guy right now, and it would. I guess it would be similar to.
Is that a dream or a nightmare?
Well, it was a nightmare when we actually raced during our careers too. So, and we were in every era together, dog. I was in college with him.
Yeah.
Pro with him. I was in a world record race. Ooh. I was in all his big moments.
Hey, so maybe you're like a good omen for him, honestly. Like a good luck charm.
Maybe. Well, if you
like
want to know about the
leprechaun.
wrath of Gatlin, yeah, I felt it. We do have a special guest today who will be coming in shortly. 2012 Olympic bronze medalist and also Diamond League champion in the 200 meters.
World champ, silver medalist.
Did his thing. From Jamaica, Warren Weir is going to be with us.
1970.
I mentioned, I wore my Clarks today because Warren's here.
You always wear Clarks.
I wore my Clarks, yeah, but I try to wear the green ones because Warren's here. The original. Yeah, I had to wear it because Warren's here. It just ended up on my foot, dog. I don't even know what happened. When you wear these, your foot cocks up different, dog. Whoa. Pause. Your foot go like so when you wear these.
Sit down, man. Look. Nah, they can't see you, but yeah, your adductors are tight. Sit down, man.
Are we still excited about the season? Don't say anything yet. We're going to get into that. You got to talk about Noah saying he was gone and then he's back. You know, the resurrection. Yeah. We got 2 more episodes left for the season. We got next week, where we'll review everything that happens tomorrow and whatever else happens in the track world. You never really know. And the following week will be just after pre. We'll either go on Wednesday or Thursday, maybe Tuesday. And we're going to close the season out, but we'll talk about that later on in the show. But let's get back to the earlier discussion. Oh no! Let's bring Warren in, yo.
Wait! Come on, bring the werewolf in, man. Let's bring in Warren Antonio Weir.
Warren Weir.
All right, then,
all day. What you saying, dog? Yo, get off the buttons, dog. What do you say that again?
First and foremost, why for the cock up foot pan table, yeah?
That's a bun up.
I'm just saying, dog. I had to show the Clarks off, dog. It was just, that Warren Weir on the show.
Let me refresh people mind. Yo, before Instagram was so big, I was like the king of track and field Instagram. I'm like Soulja. What Soulja Boy said?
So yeah.
Yo, copy my whole flow. Yo, listen. Yo, Anson. Not a lot of people outside of the Jamaica diaspora know this, but the Olympic Federation, or what they call themselves, we were live streaming during the 2012 Olympic. At that time, I didn't even know what platform was that. And they called us and said, yo, listen, you guys can't have the no stream do the Olympics. You guys can't have nothing. Because we were generating so much fans and so much views. They say, yo, listen, you can't have none of that during the Olympics. Yeah.
Yeah, they make us sign like NDAs for that, you know. It's like a blackout period, isn't there? It's like Rule 53 or whatever it is.
I don't know how they do that and then complain about traction.
Listen, I'm like the 50 Cent of this or the Kanye West of this. I'm like, I'm here to stir up the whole pot. I have nothing to lose. I'm here to stir the whole pot.
That's why I like people who are just out of the sport. They don't give a shit no more. You're kind of like, yo, for someone who's in the sport, you're actually pretty good. But you're still teeter-tottering on it. Yo, you know, I got friends and I have people that I need, that's what I have.
I'm all the way in. But if you can desensitize yourself to the opinions of your peers, you know, because it's not personal. You try your best to use your platform. And I feel like, you know, a platform like this is what the sport needs, you know, so where we can express ourselves.
Exactly, dog.
Kind of control our own narrative and stop being dictated by the masses.
Exactly, dog.
No favors.
Yeah, you can't.
Big up one man named Anson Henry, you know.
Yo, respect, dog. Respect, dog. Respect.
Yo, listen.
Listen.
Yeah, not a very good version of mine.
Nat means Nethaneel, by the way. They don't know that.
Yeah. Yo, so listen, what I mean, I couldn't say that no, sorry, I can't really cuss, right? I should have said that whole. So
sprint culture, dog? Yo, imagine, do your thing, yo. This is sprint culture, dog. You just do your thing. You're straight.
I couldn't say that
fine.
whole shit. So I just say, yo, Nat. Yo, what go on, Nat? I couldn't, the whole of that, I never found the whole long. It's like, Nat. Yeah.
Bare people have trouble with your name, though, eh?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I can't lie. It's not the easiest. And I've just, obviously, Warren and I, we trained together, but we, built a bond off the track too. So,
yeah,
it's my bro right there.
Warren is the first Jamaican to say my name properly as a Jamaican.
How you supposed to say your name?
Well, my parents are Jamaican, and even they call me Hanson. They made my name, Reggie. My parents made my name and still call me Hanson, yo. And Henry, they take the H off usually. Henry. So it's Anson Henry usually. It's the total opposite. Warren actually says Anson now, but he's been in the States for a while though. Yeah. So I think that's what it is.
I just pronounce it. So, look, Hanson. A lot of people think that track and field is dying, but I love the excitement. I really, really love what Noah is bringing to the track. I really love what Fred is like, even though Fred is not really running as often, but I love trash talking. If anybody know when I was running, like we love trash talking and we love a good competition, and a lot of underdogs came up this season. A lot of people were written off and a lot of people show up. So I love that for this season so far, and it just set you up for a nice Paris. Paris is going to be good. I can't wait.
Yo, a lot of people are thinking that when World Championships happens, the season should end, right? But we're seeing Elaine now, right? Mm-hmm. So I have this sense. Well, I want to see what she'll run. I think she can still touch 10-8 before the season's done. She touched 10-8.
Of course.
But I think that she'll end up with FRANNO again, yo. I know what he said. But do you think that they can make amends? All right.
You sipping this tea. Go on, speak to us.
Ego is the biggest thing in it. So for it to happen, both person or one person ego has to drop. Whoever ego it is, or whoever, I don't need this BS, has to drop. And we all know the type of person FRANNO is. Like, I don't need this shit, go that way. You understand? And then Elaine is an athlete who is like, I've achieved so much, like I probably can't do it with anybody else. I'm not saying that's what she was thinking, but I'm saying when you have two big egos like that, it just may be an instant where, I'm too big for Manchester United, Manchester is too big for me, let's just go away and let's just, whatever it is, it's the best thing for both of us. That just may be it. Because they may end up at the same place and the chemistry will never be the same again.
Ronaldo got kicked out of Man United. You know what I'm saying? After coming back, so it might not be the same. Or even if she did go back there, would the synergy be the same? Because there would always be that unspoken tension.
I think if she humbled herself, I'm not saying she's not humble, but what I'm saying is in a situation like that where you leave a coach and she was rolling, dog.
10-5.
She was, when she left, I was confused, dog. But I think in a scenario like that, for it to get back to where it should be, someone has to just be like, look, I was wrong. I don't know the whole story, but I think in scenarios where there's seniority, you respect elders and you go that route. I think it would be best for her to just come back, be like, look, I was wrong, I apologize, whatever. And for her to just take on whatever it is, just so they can move forward together.
When the whole thing happened, I was like, they should actually think like the mafia. They should think like a drug dealer and a plug. I need you.
Bringing drugs into this.
Let's make money. Man, you said this is a sprint culture. They should think about it like a business, like a mafia business. Like, you need me, I need you. I don't care what we have, as long as we're at this place, we work together. I don't care what you do outside of that. That's how they should think about it. Like, look at it like this business that, you need me, I need you. Like, that's it. But that will never happen because love lost. All love has been lost. Track and field is a business. As much as people want to think about the love of it, it's business. And athletes don't look at it that way. Athletes look at it like, them don't rate me. I deserve more love. It's business. Like, it's strictly business.
I feel like if he heard the right words, though, he'd move along with it, yo.
Who?
FRANNO. I don't know personally.
To me, from my understanding, FRANNO is like a Kanye are a person who likes to prove, like, yo, you cut me and prove me. I'm gonna find somebody, I'm gonna build that up and show you that, yo, I am who I am. And that's what's happening now. And we've seen that many times. And FRANNO is a person that, yo, I know to fish. So if I know to fish, I'll never be hungry. So I don't need that one person. I'll find somebody else over and over and over and over. So the biggest conversation in this space now is that there should not be events after the World Championships. And I totally disagree with everybody who said that. And y'all can fight me, y'all can take me, and I totally disagree with everybody who said World Champs should be the final event. Why? I said this because athletes don't make enough money for them to run the World Championships and then not try to benefit off of their accomplishments. You understand? If I get a medal and I'm in a good shape, I can bargain with some money. Why should I call it a season? And
that's actually a good point.
I don't know. I'm talking from experience. When I got my medal and I see how much money I was getting after a race, I'm like, yo, keep me in Europe. How long you guys want me here?
Serious.
And everybody know. After I got my medal in 2012, I did not hit back top 3 after that. But I didn't care because I was making bank.
Right. Well, I think it's fair to say that athletes don't mind it.
It depends. I feel like you can't speak for everybody, right? I differ your opinion more, and I believe that naturally you're gonna get that money back the next year, but then obviously something can happen, right? But I think for the synergy and for the flow of the sport, being the pinnacle, being the world champs, right? That should close out the year, because you build all that attention up, and then it should be the highlight. It's just like you can compare the world champs to the World Cup. After the World Cup, everyone goes on holiday. As you said, you weren't even taking the season all that serious, in fairness, right? To the point where you didn't finish top 3. So would you say you kind of watered down the content of your medal? You say, bun, I got my medal, I'm good.
But here my thing about it is that that's the problem we all have, is comparing our sport to other sports. That's where we're losing most of it. Like, we just need to have our sport, rebrand it, rebottle it, and give it a look. That's where we're losing it.
So that's where I was going to go with it. Obviously, a championship end of the season would be good from a viewer standpoint, usually, right? But I think for track, obviously you have to separate it from everything else because it is very different. And I think in track and field, what would make it exciting after a championships is continued storylines. Now, Elaine coming back is a storyline. Elaine was the one person that was missing from that race that kind of takes away from Sha'Carri's win. And she still beat the world silver and gold medalist. But I'm just saying, though, Elaine was the one that was on when Sha'Carri got popped, right? And that's the one that Sha'Carri didn't really get when she was close to her peak.
That scalp yet.
She didn't get that scalp yet. So I think that's something that's interesting, seeing them line up together. And, obviously Elaine's collecting data, you know what I'm saying? And Sha'Carri's doing her thing, and the dynamic between them and how it progresses. I think that's interesting. But I think storylines can help to keep it exciting. We know the storylines, so we can always find something where it's like, okay, I got to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But for some other people, you got to let people know, like, yo, this Olympic champion that ran 10.5, almost broke Fuldo's record, was really the queen until she got hurt and then left her coach. And then, Sha'Carri's on top of the scene right now, but we don't know what would happen when they're both on top. And I seen Elaine do an interview saying, look, you guys know what I do when I'm healthy. So that's all I got to say.
Smoky settings.
Yeah.
When you see athletes like Shericka Jackson, who's in the form of her life in the 200 meter, would you not want to see her run a next race after she runs so fast at the Worlds? You want to see her run again because at the end of the day, she has a chance to break the world record. No athletes want to run super fast before Worlds, right? But they want to run fast at Worlds and after Worlds, and it's very rare to see athletes running the sprints and breaking the world record. So athletes can try that after the games. So,
yeah.
For example, after the Olympics, Blake ran 9:69.
Yeah.
Remember, no? So most coaches prepare the athletes to peak at the Worlds. So, but remember, imagine you peak at Worlds and you still have that form to run faster because you're loaded. You peak at the Worlds, but now you're unloading. Isn't it amazing?
You have an opportunity to pop off in one race. Imagine that.
Exactly.
You're not battling the rounds anymore.
Isn't it amazing to while you're deloading, run 2 more races and just run fire? Look at Shelly after the Worlds. Our sport is different because no other sports, like, what you're going to tell me, okay, them going Champion League, they prepare for Champion League, what them can do after that? That's different. The format is different, and that's where every single person in this sport is mixing it up because they're comparing our format to other sports format, and it don't make sense.
I agree. That's a good point. See, now you challenged my way of thought. I wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah, you're not thinking, man. I think you need to think. You need to start some thinking. That's what needs to happen.
All right.
Noah has a good chance of running faster than as the 9.8 were leading time. So why wouldn't he say, yo, you know what? Let me give you guys one more and try run faster than that. At least our sole purpose is to run faster than we ran the last time. That's it. So if we run faster at Worlds, we're going to try to run faster.
Yeah, but Noah called it a season. So what made him come back?
He looked tired in Zurich, to be honest.
Ran the year undefeated in the 200, became a triple world champion, and then naturally pre-classic is saying like, come there, you're the face of the sport. We need you. We're going to give you a bag. That's what I think. Story. He's had the story. I don't think he can create a bigger narrative than he has.
Bro, the story never
his
ends.
comments post race.
Though I think that after that, especially the NBA comment, you have a meet in the States. You have to run back.
And then Coleman, what, equal or break the world leading? What was it?
Yeah, he has to do that too.
I don't think they're going to run the same event though. Do you think Noah Lyles is going to race Christian Coleman in the 100 after Christian Coleman just went 9.83?
Well, he's running the 100
in China. Noah's running the 100.
Yeah, he's running the 100, dog.
I don't think it happens.
I'm telling you,
he can't pull it now. He can't pull it.
I want it to happen.
He can't pull it now.
But
you know Coleman wants revenge. This is the story, dog.
I know Coleman wants revenge, right? But I can't lie, man. Coleman, we saw it. Coleman buckled in the 100-meter final.
He stumbled.
I'm not saying the outcome would have been different.
It would have.
Coleman buckled in the 100-meter final. He went to China, Xiamen, and he showed us what he's doing. I'm tuning in. I was bored of the season. I wasn't watching it. I was keeping up to date via social media. But that Diamond League final, men's 100 meters, women's 200 meters, I'm tuned in. For Jacko for that 100 for that world record, because we know Haywood Magic is real.
Yeah,
it gives you like half a meter. It's gonna give you 5,000. So it's like 1065 gonna turn into.
You're disrespectful.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying you're saying the Haywood Magic is.
You go there to run fast.
Fallacy.
No, you go there to run fast.
Like Claremont fast.
Like Claremont fast.
That's disrespectful.
Yo, what's that track again?
Reti, Le Show de Fast.
That's altitude though. Like. Yeah, Oregon moves like an altitude track,
Hell yeah. And the way it's architecturally structured, they got that little cove coming in, so you get that crosswind. Didn't help me, I still got my head busting in Eugene. But if you go there on the right there, you can run fast. I'm gonna be real.
No, 100%. Yo, he can't lose to Coleman, If he loses to Coleman at pre and Coleman runs faster, it takes away from his world championship.
Nah,
100% takes
away on the day. No. I'm not gonna say that.
No, it does. It does. If he runs faster and he beats him, it takes away from it.
I disagree.
Listen,
how can you take away the medal from the man?
You can't take the medal away. You can't take the medal away. But I'm talking about as being classified the fastest man in the world. Who's the fastest man in the world? Noah? Would you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if that happens, you can't say he's the fastest man in the world.
But he's the world champion.
Okay, but he wouldn't have the fastest time.
It's like saying...
And head up, Coleman has been killing him all year. He only lost that one race to him.
And that's all that matters.
It's all that matters, but I'm just saying it's not... I think to be named the fastest man in the world, it has to be clear. That's not clear.
I don't give a two damn...
Nah, I'm not putting it all on Worlds. Especially if Worlds isn't ending the season. If Worlds isn't ending the season, you can't put it all on Worlds.
That's why Worlds should end the season.
Okay, but it doesn't. So if we're racing now and I'm beating you, dog, I beat you most of the season.
No,
you
but
when I stumbled.
Warren just said it though. When he got his medal in 2012, he was going to meet collecting the bag. I'm not saying this is the instance here, but he don't care because you got your medal. You done what matters on the day.
If he beats him running 9.84, okay. But if he runs 9.7 and beats him,
he's already been 9.7 though. So
Noah is the fastest man in the world.
But he's already been 9.7.
Who?
Coleman.
Okay, but it's still the fastest man in the world this year. Yeah, I'm just saying, he would be fastest man in the world this year.
Yeah, this year, but he's not a world champion.
Here's my argument.
Go on.
4 years from now, what are you guys going to remember? The medal or who got beaten in Prefontaine?
I'll remember Pre if he ran 9.7.
Yeah, I'm going to remember Pre. Nah.
I will. 100%. 100%. If he gives him licks at Pre, I will definitely remember Pre. 100%.
2012. I beat Ashmead. I beat Ashmead to make the Jamaica team. Went on, got a medal. Ashmead beat me the whole season. But what does he remember now? No.
I guarantee you, Ashby will switch every time he beat Warren for that medal, because Ashby never got a medal, unfortunately. Great athlete, Diamond League champ, came 4th place a couple times in the 1 and the 2.
Right.
But he doesn't have a medal.
Okay.
Warren's got 2 medals.
If he beat you after the championships and ran 19.4.
19.4,
if you ran 19.4,
man. No one went 19.4, but
I would remember that. If he rolled out,
hey, he's charged.
I don't know.
Hey, you touched the nerve. He's charged.
No, but my thing is
He's charged.
two things about track is the money and the hardware. The money's going to stop. The money after you finish running, you don't want. You ain't going to remember the money. You're
But
going to
money
remember
also
the
is
medal.
dictated by medals.
we need to change the culture, man. I don't want to put everything on world championships. I don't, especially for running after. It's not the end all be all for you.
I went from, listen, I put everything on world champs and Olympics because I don't know if the culture is still the same. I remember when you go to the meets, you share a room. When you got a medal, you the man.
Imagine like a behind the scenes, right, of like being at a Diamond League, and let's say they follow me, for example, and they come to my room and they see me rooming with like a Polish 800-meter runner, and then they go to your room, you got the King Suite.
My first season pro, I was sharing rooms with random athletes. That's how it goes in track. And someone said, if you get a medal, you get your own room and you get treated different. I worked my ass off to get a medal because I was not going to share a room on the circuit no more. Nah.
I've been getting some calls from people, right, who were running very well before that are going to Diamond Leagues now. And when you go to Diamond League, you're rolling. You have your own room, dog. Like, you're sorted, right? But as soon as you start to slip, dog, like you're not having your room no more. You got roommates. It's like a clear indicator. Like you walk into the room, you see Mags in there.
Nah, the worst one
Because
is
imagine, I'm an upcoming athlete and I have a roommate, and my roommate is more than likely somebody else who's in my event or somebody I don't know. And I'm the world number 1 or the world number 2. I have my own room. I'm already at a better place than you. Because I'm mentally free, I'm good, I can do my own race plan, I can do my whole thing in my own comfort of my room. But once I got a roommate that like I wasn't feel, I couldn't talk them language, I couldn't communicate, and I said to myself, I will never room with anybody again. And how could I achieve that? By getting a medal, by achieving status. So I like the fact that you guys are room with people because it makes people hungry to want to come out of a situation. I'm from Jamaica, so we know what it feels to be in a situation and work hard to come out of a situation. Here my thing is, and I've said this a million times, track and field athletes are held to the highest standard in professional sports, and we're the lowest paying. And one of the biggest things for me while running is that we couldn't have merch. I don't know if you guys can have merch now, but you couldn't have merch.
I see athletes having merch, but they're usually the unsponsored ones, unfortunately.
Right.
And then brands kind of want to collab with you, but you can never like make the profits off it, really. So nah.
Right.
My biggest thing is that, like I've said this many times, and don't have to, like, because you're correct now, don't want to get in trouble. So like this can be a discredited man Hanson, because I really don't want to, people to shift the narrative into something different. Because we know when a company or a production wants to make somebody the face, they will do it. We have seen 100%. Comedians who are not funny, the face. Like Tiffany Haddish, she's not funny, but she's forced. When I post that shoe companies can play a big role, somebody from Adidas messaged me. And I said to him, I'm not telling a lie, bro. It's true. And he's like, yeah, we try. Yeah, you try. You didn't do. I went to the Orlando store. I don't know half of those people on the wall. Why not put Noah on the wall? We did it before. Yeah, but why not do it again? Like, why not force people to say, who is that guy? Look him up. All those people who for track and field, for the different companies, why aren't you lobbying for us to push us more? Like, why am I watching a commercial with these generic people who don't even know how to run in the commercials? Why not put the athletes out so people can know them? Make people go and look who they are. That's my problem. The athletes aren't given a big platform by the people who actually control the space. They have to fight for their space, and even when they fight for it, they're in like a box where they can't do much. When you look at these athletes' page, like another athletes aren't so expressive because they're so afraid to cross a thin line. NBA players and all these players can do anything they want to do. They can make their own a whole brand, but track and field athletes' brand is shoe company first, then athlete. So it don't make no sense. And then the shoe companies don't try to incorporate the athletes' personalities with that. They just don't care. They're just like, yo, wear my shit and that's it. I was given my own spikes, but my name was so small and my spikes, you didn't know. Like my name was like, my nickname was at the back of the spike, so small. Like nobody can see that. You understand? That's my thing, is that the athletes aren't given enough space to be creative, be themselves.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Warren Weir's Spring Culture. No, I think that's a big problem. I think other sports or owners admire track and field for how in line they have everybody.
Yeah.
Like that's the model that they would want. So they'd look at track and field like, man, I wish we had our people in line like this, because those track and field people they understand their role.
Just imagine if Tampa Bay still had Antonio Brown, but had a disciplined track athlete. They'll be like, yo, we're good. They're paying track athletes below minimum wage to act like the creme de la creme.
What a great business model.
Nah, but what I think is I'm not going to put the shoe sponsors on line for that.
Of course you're not.
No. Not even because I have an attachment to Adidas. But what I'm saying is, I think the sport on a whole needs to grow with other investment.
No, absolutely. It's not the sole issue. It's not a sole issue.
I think that's what needs to happen.
Let me tell you something. I had the dopest merch ever. My merch was so dope.
And you couldn't push it.
I had a black... No! I did one photo shoot and them boys like, yo, wrap it up.
But see, you got to remember, these shoe companies are businesses, man. So if it's bad for business, they're naturally going to be like...
And it's not bad for business.
If it was set up in a way where it was good for business...
I disagree. No, why?
No, but does LeBron James have his own line? No.
Exactly.
He's all Nike down, right? LeBron James had his own Nike line.
Yeah, that's LeBron, dog.
Dame... on this line, James Harden.
Dame has gear?
Dame's got his own shoe and he's got,
Take LeBron and all them big players out of it. How many NBA players have actual merch, like their own merch that they control?
None that I know.
Could be very few.
None that I know.
No, that's push.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
You brought this to the table. You have to come with a fact behind this. Do you know any NBA players that have merch?
Yeah. What my phone is.
Nah, you have to name it off the top of your head, dog. If it's not on the top of your head, it's not the forfeit grade. It's not a ting.
Okay. Hey, what sound effect is that? Give me that. Give him that. That was poor, bro.
No. They do. But what I'm saying is that it can't be bad for business, but good for business on that side. Because at the end of the day, there's not one track and field athlete who have a bigger fan base than some of the regular NBA players. So if they're pushing their merch and they're signed to a shoe company and they're pushing their merch to a bigger audience and we're pushing our merch to a smaller audience, why are we being crucified for having merch or a water bottle or armband? So it's World Federation and the shoe companies. They have to have the shoe companies have to give at least like a leniency to create a merch, a little logo or a little something for themselves. It's not just about I'm fast, this and that. Is about personalities. I was speaking to companies. I did shoe companies, Puma, Nike, all these companies. I said, here's an example. How about you guys have such a big department with a whole bunch of people work for you guys? How about you guys have content creators who go about in the field and just capture content all year round for your different athletes, so you guys can have nice, wholesome content and not just a man holding a shoe and say, buy this. Because this is what the NBA players or the football players do, but they have the budget to do that for themselves. So, shoe company, federation, why don't you create a department where you have a media department that send out people to capture content and not just have content during world championships?
Create the story, right?
Exactly. So the reason why certain athletes are big is because them can probably do it themselves. They had a person who can take them video. Not a lot of athletes can do that for themselves. Create an internal group or media group within all these companies and have them go out and capture content for these people that you have signed. A never-ending story. Never-ending story.
If I was an investor, I'd see track and field and I'd buy it cheap and make it something, because track and field wouldn't be expensive right now. I think you sell a Lambo, you can buy track and field.
Man, stop shitting on my sport.
No, I love track and field.
No. But it is expensive.
It's not expensive, Doug.
No.
Has the
what I'm
potential
saying
to
to
be.
you,
It's the value is high. The value is high.
Exactly.
No, 100%. But you can buy it cheap, dog. Like it's.
You can't buy cheap if it's expensive.
Of course you can, because if people don't understand the value, then they wouldn't sell it. They wouldn't have to sell it for that. They couldn't sell it for that.
What I would say to you is that they know there's big money and they are collecting the big money, but the money going out is why track and field look cheap.
The money's going somewhere. I agree.
So if the money is going somewhere, that means that there's money.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
For example, the president of the USTFA or US track and field, how much money he make?
Apparently, it's a lot of money.
Where that come from?
It came from somewhere.
For all them about the federation, where's the federation? Where is it located?
Oh, Monaco. There's in Monaco.
Yeah, it's
that's like expensive.
Monaco.
Come on, bro.
I think actually making a lot of sense. Hey, maybe it would be expensive. I know that technically, based off what we're seeing, to assess that it would be cheap makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Why
saying.
are you looking at me like you made the point, yo? You're looking at me like, yeah.
Nah, it's an interesting one because, like, obviously, one thing I like is the conversation because there's two different sides.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. Like, it's an expensive sport, but I don't think the value is there right now. I don't think it's, as you said, it's just.
It's like a dirty pair of Jordans, dog.
Yeah, it's like, it's a dead stock that you can't make no more. It's one of one. So you're going to pay over the odds for what it's actually worth right now, but you can bargain down.
Yeah. I always say it's like a sexy gal who doesn't bathe.
What?
But she's fine, dog. It's like, yo, if you just like go take a shower, yo.
She
like
was fine back in the day. And she's still got the potential to polish up.
Yeah, she go through depression. So just kind of give it up a little bit. We got to get her back on track, yo.
Yeah,
we have to romanticize it. We have to romanticize it.
That's what we need to do with the sport.
Romanticize
it.
track and
Make
field.
it sexy again.
It needs its groove back.
Yeah.
Here's the while ago.
It's got the ingredients. It's got the minerals for greatness. With the minerals being the athletes, we're doing a phenomenal job performing at consistent levels and unpredictable fates, which I think is major for the sport.
Right.
But the packaging that it's in.
Yeah,
it's not there right now.
The packaging is a little rough.
The product is lit, the packaging isn't. Like a corner shop. Good eats.
What area? What area?
What you say, Warren?
Suppose they don't want to do too much because the money has to stay within a certain set of people. So if I do too much, there'll be interest. Other people come in, but no, if other people come in, they may push me out. So how about I just make it good enough to sustain this amount of money that we can stay rich? You have this girl, she's nice, she's sexy, and then as soon as you get her, you do the bare minimal to keep her, but not to make her too sexy so other man can get her.
You're supposed to be on the show again.
Me?
Yeah, you're actually supposed to be more vocal within the sport. It's a place for you to speak freely. I see you loosening up. Pause. You're a voice that's necessary. You're experienced. And you're Jamaican. Yo, Jamaica gets kind of left out in the whole track and field equation, like as far as the big picture.
How?
They're a huge aspect of why track and field is track and field.
I agree.
Jamaica.
I agree.
Sprint culture.
Well, the sprints is, come on, the sprints has a lot of heavy weight.
They don't have a voice in the forum, basically.
Not at all. Considering the success.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, and considering what they bring, the vibe and like the stars, and the sprints is obviously a big part of track and field. You're supposed to be. We need some Jamaican voices. You're the first Jamaican I've had on the show, unfortunately.
Appreciate that.
Well, no, I had Sanjay. Nethaneel's like, he's very British.
I just feel like maybe the reason why I don't talk enough because I just feel like there's so much that can be done, but then just don't listen to us. You get me? I think we should shut up and run. And we know what we want to see. We want to see stories, winning stories, losing stories. We want to see personalities. We just don't want to just get up and see the athletes running every day. Like we have all seen a lot of make-believe sports come up and pass track and field in the sense of viewership, popularity, and track and field is the creme de la creme, but there's so much things that we need for sure, you know, to give the sport some life and some energy. Yeah, I don't know if half of the people can understand what I'm saying because I'm talking really patois now, but yeah.
Yo, Warren, we can hear your voice just in case you start cussing real bad one over there, yo.
Them can't fight with me. I'm done running.